Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is my EF San Diego honest experience. I went in April 2019 with EF in San Diego and I did a language stay for 2 weeks. And if you don't know what a language stay is, then basically you just go to another country and you learn the language. You have to speak the language so you learn faster. So that's a good thing about language stays. And EF is a very well-known organization. I would love to do a question and answer video where I answer your questions because I feel like I'm gonna get so many questions even after this video, which is fine. Let's just get into the video. And I decided to do a language stay because I was studying for the Cambridge B2 diploma. So I actually wanted to go to Santa Barbara, but then things didn't work out for Santa Barbara, so I had to pick another destination. So I chose San Diego, which ended up being the best decision because San Diego was amazing. Literally, I'm so glad I chose San Diego. Also, I didn't want to go to a host family because I've heard so many bad stuff about host families. So I wanted to stay in a residence or campus. San Diego has a huge campus, huge, 10 floors, big, pool, everything. I chose to stay on campus. The EF staff in Zurich is very good. The preparation to the trip is very good. They send you so much information, they let you know the prices and everything. I have to say, EF is so expensive. It is ridiculously expensive. What you're paying for and what you're getting is I don't want to say how much I paid because everybody's gonna pay something completely different. I was lucky enough to already have a visa because I had a tourist visa for a year, and last year I went to the US, so I did not have to get a visa, but you will have to get a visa. I had the general course, but if you're doing the intensive course, you have to get a student visa because of the hours you are in school. So my EF organized a Skype call that people that go around the same time can join in and get question answered, and the person will talk to us and show us a PowerPoint with key points and information and question and answer for us to get prepared for the trip. And then it was already time to go to San Diego, California. So after a 13-hour flight, I finally arrived in San Diego. You can also arrange a shuttle from the airport to the school or your host family or wherever you're going, but I did not do that because, you guys, our shuttle were 50 francs, which is 50 euros, $50. That is actually pretty expensive. And when you arrive at the airport and you have your bags and everything and you're outside by the EF standpoint, whatever, you have to wait. And I've heard stories of people waiting an hour before the shuttle arrives. This is crazy. You pay so much money for that shuttle. You guys, I was so smart. I took an Uber for $10. When I left the airport, I saw a bunch of students waiting for the shuttle, and I'm sure they waited another half an hour. You can take the shuttle if you want. Then I arrived at the school, arrived on a Sunday. Every weekend there is new students. On the weekend I arrived, there was about 100 new students coming. It's very unusual for April. Actually, they do not get as many students. So it was a big thing for them to get over 100 students. So then you go to the reception, you do the check-in thing, they give you a student's ID card. I think I still have my ID card. You have your picture, your name, EF student, and this is a very important card at EF San Diego. Do not lose it or you have to pay $20 or something. To get into the campus, you have to use your card, and if you live on campus, to get into your room, you're also gonna need your card. And then you do all the checking. And also, fun fact, when I was doing my checking, there was a student at the reception helping me with my bags, and I asked him if he worked at EF, and he was like, no, I'm just doing community work. And I'm like, what? If you're under 18, you have a curfew. You have to be in the campus before 10 p.m. And if you do not go to the reception and say that you are here before 10 p.m., you get like a warning 3 times, and after 3 times you have to pay a fine or do 10 hours of community work. So I'm 17 and this is something that applies to me. But what happened to me was that I would fall asleep. In my first week I was sleeping pretty early, and of course I would miss the curfew. So I did get the 3 warnings. Put an alarm on your phone and go downstairs every night. The first day you're just like, what am I going to do now? It depends when you land. I arrived at the campus by like 2 p.m. so I had the whole afternoon. But the first day you're very confused because it's such a big campus and you do not know where is what. And EF makes sure that you are in the room with people that are your age. I'm gonna say the average age in San Diego is 17 to 25. I got to meet people from EF San Diego that are like 45. So there is every age. I was in the room with a girl from Ecuador and she was 17, and a girl from Germany and she was 18. And if you're the new roommate, you're very likely gonna have the top bed, which I'm telling you right now, it is the worst bed to have. And my room was pretty clean. I've heard some stories about the roommates and about the rooms, but my roommates, they were clean, they were nice, we got along, everybody was cool in the room, you know, minding their own business. Everything was fine. There are multiple bathrooms on every floor, so I was lucky. My room was right in front of the bathroom, so I could like just go to the bathroom, because other rooms they had like to walk all the way down. I was just in front of the bathroom. I could just open my door and open the bathroom door and I was already there. The bathrooms are pretty clean and very big, so you have your space, and the bathroom get cleaned twice a day and the rooms get cleaned once a week. The cleaning person will not touch your stuff. So if you want like the table to get clean, then you will have to take all your stuff from the table so the person can like clean it. So every Monday you have like an orientation and they show you around the campus, they show you around the city. So the Monday was pretty nice. There was, like I said, over 100 new students. We were a lot. So you do not have school the whole day. You only have school half the day. I had classes either in the morning or in the afternoon. For example, let's say Monday I had school in the morning, then Tuesday I will have school in the afternoon, then Wednesday I will have school in the morning, and so on. And then you also have your spin classes, which spin classes are like a special interest classes. I had 2 spin classes because you can always change it. My first spin class, like we just watched some Friends episodes. My second spin class was a cooking class. I wasn't a big fan of the cooking class. So the rest of the time you just do whatever you want. You can go to the city, you can go do literally whatever you want. And also before your trip, you take an EF test online, so they can like see at what English level you are at. So I didn't do that good in the test. EF had put me in the B2 level, which is low for my English level. When you arrive on the first Monday, in EF staff, like they talk to you to see what level you are at, and the EF person to talk to me literally told me that I'm a C2, but they still put me in a B2, which is okay, and there are 2 reasons why I didn't really care. The first reason is that I had such an amazing class, you guys, and my teacher, shout out to Sierra, because she was amazing. So the second reason why I didn't care is because I was studying for the Cambridge B2 diploma, so I mean, Classes is not boring at all, especially if you have such a great teacher and such a great class. You actually like going to class, and I actually like going to class a lot. Don't worry about making friends, because you will make friends pretty easily. Everybody is in the same boat. Nobody knows each other, so you like talking to people and like having connections. What I had heard about EF before going is that everybody that speaks the same languages hang out together. That is very true. There are a couple exceptions. I didn't really care about that because I understand. And I also speak 4 languages, so I could just like hang out with so many people and speak the language. Like, it was pretty easy for me. And I'm from Switzerland, and I actually made sure not to hang out with people from Switzerland, because I'm not going to California to hang out with people from Switzerland. Let's say you're from Germany, maybe hang out with Swiss people or hang out with Belgians, because a big thing of the experience is the culture exchange. Like, you really want to learn about other people's culture and how they do it and how they speak. It's a one-in-a-lifetime experience, so you really want to make the most out of it. And if you live on campus, Monday to Friday you're gonna have breakfast and dinner, and on the weekends you're gonna have brunch and dinner. I only went to dinner twice. I'm not a morning person at all, so I could never make it to breakfast. It's good food, you have a buffet, you have a bunch of options, but it is always the same thing. Monday to Friday it's a different menu, but every Monday it's the same thing, every Tuesday it's the same thing, every Wednesday, you get the point. So I was ordering food a lot, I was eating out a lot, so a lot of money goes out to food. So on the weekends EF offers a bunch of like excursions in LA. You can also go to San Francisco, you can also go to Las Vegas. With EF it's a lot more expensive than if you go with friends or you go by yourself and you take the bus, or you fly there and you take a hotel, or you rent a car. A lot of students were renting cars. So this is a new day because my camera like shut off and had to be like charged. I want this video to be as informative as it can, but I don't want it to be too long and with too many details, because I do want you guys to have your own experience. So I do feel like I should not say too much, but just enough. As I was saying, I recommend you rent a car. It's very practical. Public transportation is very complicated in San Diego. If you're staying like 6 months, a year, I recommend you like try to learn how to like take the bus and the trolley. Way cheaper than taking an Uber everywhere. I spend like $200 just on Ubers. You can like take an Uber which will take you 10 minutes, or you can take the bus which will take 1 hour. At the beginning of every month, EF San Diego posts the activities list on Facebook, and you can see like what the activities are like. So there is 24/7 security on campus, which I think is very great. They make sure that we're safe, and not everybody can get into the campus. Like, you have the card and you have to like beep it to even open the doors. And also the security comes and checks every room, like I don't know how many times. Like in the 2 weeks I was there, they came once. They check if you have like alcohol or like drugs in your room, things that you're not supposed to have. They were like banging on our door, and I was so shocked, you guys. Holding my heart, opening the door, and they like walked in, looked around. Now they're not really like going through your stuff or anything, they're just like looking if you have anything. How much money you should take really depends on you. It depends on what you like to focus on. I spent most of my money on shopping. If you like surfing, if you like hiking, if you like sightseeing and you want to go to LA, Las Vegas, all that, I recommend you take enough money for that. I also want to talk about the nightlife. If you didn't know already, the legal age for partying and drinking in the US is 21. Some bars and clubs are also open for 18 plus. There is something going on every day. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, Wednesday is something, Thursday is American Junkie, which is a bar everybody goes to. Friday is Mexico, which I was luckily able to go to Mexico. You can party every day. I could never go because I was not 18 yet, but if you're 18 plus, you can go party, y'all. Now I want to get into pros and cons of my EF trip. So let's start with the pros. So the first pro is the EF staff at the campus. They are really helpful and they're really nice. Like, the staff is quite young. Yes, they are nice, very helpful, but I've seen it happen that, like, when a student has a problem, they go to the staff and they do not speak English very well, so they have troubles explaining what their problem is. I've noticed the staff doesn't like help you out with the English. And also another pro is the pre-departure information. And this goes to my EF back in Zurich. They give you a bunch of brochures, a bunch of like PowerPoint thingy that you can read, a bunch of emails. Another pro is that the campus is huge. The pool, the soccer place, the cafeteria, and also the weather. San Diego is beautiful. Another pro is the experience. Such a great experience. You meet so many new people, you get to know so many new cultures. You just have the time of your life, to be honest. The good thing about people you meet there is that they become really close friends to you because you see each other every day. And the bad thing is that after that, when you go back home, you're probably never gonna see these people ever again. Now I have friends in Brazil, I have friends in Portugal, I have friends in Ecuador. I don't know when I'm gonna travel to these countries. You meet like your best friends there and you're probably never gonna see them again. And that hurts. Now let's get to the cons. EF at the campus can be so unorganized. If you guys will just communicate, it will be so much better. Like how I was telling you before about the shuttle, them being 1 hour late. In 2 weeks, I was changed class 4 times. And I'm so confused as to why. I'm talking about the general class, like your class. And I really liked my class and I did not want to switch. I only wanted to switch once and they switched me 4 times. A friend of mine had a problem with her roommate, so she wanted to change rooms. So EF changed her room. In the new room, as she arrived, all the beds were already occupied. Like, where was she supposed to sleep? She went to the EF staff and she told them her problem, and the thing is, like I was telling you, she does not speak English very well, so she had trouble explaining her problem. Her friend told her to go sleep in her room because she had an empty bed, so she slept there until the next day. Another con is that EF is expensive. With other organizations you can get it cheaper, but it's still a great experience, so that makes out for the price. Also, I want to touch on the host families. I don't have any experience on host families because I went to the campus, but I heard a couple stories about host families, but it's not too bad in San Diego. I've heard good stories and I have heard a couple bad ones. You can go to the campus and then you can still switch to host families, and you can go to a host family and switch to the campus. That is possible. This is my experience. I had a lot to say. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to watch my EF campus tour. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Follow me on my social medias, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!